Do you know where you're going to? And do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know, bitch? No. I don't like what life is showing me, and I am not satisfied with where it's going to. Right? So let's just. All you. What can go so? Welcome to the first episode of Portrait of My Life. Guys, I have not slept in 24 hours. Um, but the spirit to do this podcast just hit me. It said, do it now, Jamal. So, I just had to listen to the spirit. So I said, well, I'm gonna jump on and just get it, not get it done, but get a start, because and this is about the fourth or fifth time I'm recording this over because I keep using my real name. Welcome to Portrait of My Life, and I'm your host, Amethyst. Right? If you're not familiar with what an amethyst is, it's one of those, I think they call them a gemstone, is one of those I'm not sure if it's a precious stone, but it's one of those gemstones that they associate with birth months and stuff like that. And the stone associated with my birth month is the amethyst stone. And it's a purple stone, or it has hues of purple, shades of purple, amethyst. And the amethyst was a gift given to the Greek god Dionysus, I believe, at one of his festivals, and it was supposed to have brought him infinite soberness. Now, don't look at me and look for no infinite sober podcast, because the way my brain and mind set up, I will be doing all kind of madness. So this is a podcast. Yes, it have a little structure to it, but I just do what I want at the end of the day. So, yeah, the amethyst stone, and it was associated with my birth month. So I liked it, and I find horoscope. I do not believe in horoscope, right? Like I don't believe in this sign let's do that, that sign let's do that. However, I do find it to be fun, and I have to admit that there are some characteristics between horoscopes that stick. But for me, that could just be we're all fucking humans, and at some point, we're all likely to experience majority or more or less the same things. So, but anyway, I find it fun. I find it fun. I just don't like when you hoes use it to justify your terrible personalities, but I do find horoscope fun. So, I said amethyst, sober mindedness, level headedness, not all the time, but sometimes. And it, for me, spoke to what I wanted to do for the podcast because during COVID, not much to do, home alone a lot to see, a lot to create. Well, a lot I want to see, a lot I want to create. And I just never started. I wasn't in the right headspace. I wasn't in the right mental space to do anything creative, to be quite honest. So here we are now, and I just wanted to add my voice to the conversations that were happening all around me, because often the overwhelming majority voice is trash. So, I hear, welcome to Portrait of My Life again. Right, so I have a schedule here that I will try my best to follow, but we doing it or we doing it all here. Right, so there we go. Portrait of My Life is intended to be a commentary on life as I see it, um, which is going to mostly be weird. I I'm weird. I'm weird. I'm weird, and you'll see. Right? So it's just my view on popular topics happening in Trinidad and Tobago, America, around the world, music, art, TV, movies, gaming, anything that I enjoy, I participate in, I see, involve my voice in, I would do it on the podcast. So it should drop every Thursday, hopefully, and it will be it will just be me talking about quote unquote hot topics of my week. Right? So the first topic. I wanna get us out the way one time. You see work? You see working? You see fucking Henry Ford? If I didn't believe in heaven, I'd be a good person just to get to heaven to give Henry Ford a good cuttass. A good cuttass. Because this is not, you see, this is not it, right? I understand that man shall eat by the sweat of thy brow. Look at me quoting Bible scriptures as an atheist. But yeah, like I get that. But the sweat of the brow to be 5 days a week though. Like the brow can sweat a little 2 days, a little 3 days self. You know, like why the brow sweating more than it not sweating? You know, I get tired of working. I'm being very, 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 very honest. And it may come off as lazy or whatever, but I just tired. Only I'm tired. I'm tired. What you mean get paid yet? What I mean? What like I recorded fucking podcast and B Mobile could cut my internet anytime. You understand? And it's one of the reasons why I could not sleep last night because I thought I was handling it well, but obviously I am not. Whenever I lose sleep is my caution sign. Whenever I cannot sleep, that's when I know something is up. So I find I not supposed to be putting myself through all this kind of fucking stress, but work. My name is not Rihanna Robin Fenty, and I ain't come out here for all this fucking work. And I working for people who don't appreciate you, and I tired. I tired. I am fully ready to be a devoted house husband. Put me in a house. I wanna get up on a morning, make a cup of tea with a little fresh mint, a little ginger, a little weed, a little 1 spoon of sugar or none at all. Put something on the pot to cook. Finish cook by 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. Go and paint something. Light a blunt, go and paint something. Paint a little something. Create a digital something. Graphic something. Place it something. Just not this. Just not whatever this is. Because this ain't eating. This ain't eating. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm just tired, child. I'm just tired. I'm just really tired. I'm just tired. And the only reason that I'm here, and I'm saying the only reason why I'm here, like, is one reason. But there's more than one reason. But obviously, I can't just leave my fucking job. It took me so long to get this job in the first place. You know, so I've been dealing with that a lot, guys. A lot. I don't know, boy. I don't know. Pressure in the camp. I would say that there's only one job that I had that was like the best job. I was managing a hospitality property. Huge. Lots of units. And I was working in my role, you know, I was doing what I studied and I loved it. My bosses were amazing. I was paid on time. I was compensated very well. And I had a lot of benefits. And now it's like, and it was not in Trinidad and Tobago. And now I'm here, I'm like, oh God, it's like, gosh, I was really the fucking dog in here. Because I'm underpaid. For sure. Right? I'm overworked. I don't know. I don't know. Working here has made me lose my interest in hospitality, or at least the hotel side of it. Like, I have no desire to work in a hotel again. Like, zero, zero, zero desire. Maybe it might change, maybe it wouldn't. But that's me and my work life for the moment. Um, Having colleagues that you can laugh with and just have a good old talk, small talk, shit talk, kiki with is good, is good, you know. And the team here, for the most part, they give their all, and I appreciate that of them. So I try to be as positive as possible when I'm with them, but I also do try to bullshit them, you know. But yeah, that's just life, child. Well, work life at least, or life. Anyway, let's just move on to the next topic. On the list I've seen here, something, and it was prompted by a tweet I saw. Is it a tweet or I saw someone's Instagram story, whatever it was, child, and it was speaking to. Okay. It was an Instagram video, and the guy was basically saying that he loves being topped, but he's straight. And the person that posted a caption saying, "If you get top, you can't be straight or whatever." This is my stance on it. Or he was basically saying, once you have sex with a man, you're gay, right? You're bullying. And my response to him was like, one time, no. One time, no. Because if it's with me, you do the one time with, like, that's completely justifiable, friend. Like, you had a moment. It's me, all right? That's a pass. But, like, seriously, in general, a man messing around with a man one time doesn't make him gay. It may make him curious, but it doesn't make him gay. Two times, two times, depending on what it was. You know, if it was just foreplay, if it was full penetration, if it was the same person, if it was even if it's a different person, I don't know which one is worse. I mean, it depends. On us, two times, it depends. It depends. You know, like you do a little blowjob once, you receive a blowjob, you give a blowjob once, and then the second time you go to a little penetration because you want to just see it now. Maybe. But three times, listen, just stop it. Stop playing it with fucking face. I ain't gonna say you're bullying, but you're half with it. Three times, you're at least by curious. Let me be for fucking real. Right? And I'm not one to tell people what to identify as. If you tell me you're straight and I know you've had sex with multiple men, I'll just be like, okay, cool. Okay, cool, that's cool. You say so good, okay, fine. In referring to you, and to other people, I will consider you straight. I will refer to you as straight. But in my mind, you're bi. At the very, 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 very least. You know? So, yeah, I find like the pin and the doing all kind of thing these days just not to see the gay. And you don't have to say that you're gay or identify as gay. But you know, bisexuality is a terminology that exists. And I know bisexual people get a lot of heat, but you know, you not identifying as bi also contributes to bi erosion. So come on, be who you are for your pride. Anyway, child, moving right along. The next story I saw this week that got my attention a little bit was Rihanna urging US citizens to go out and vote. Now, of course, if you're living under a rock, the presidential election of the United States of America happened last evening. Right? So before that, she was, encouraging people to go out and vote, 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 vote for Kamala Harris, vote and be on the right side of history. Think about, African Americans, black people, think about immigrants, think about the LGBTQIA community. Most importantly, think about women, think about your safety as black men. And people had a comment. And people had a comment out of fast and out of the fast. Listen, people could be fast and out of the fucking place. But you see, it had a tweet, right? And I should have saved the tweets, but I remember the gist of what Rihanna's reply was. Because the girl was telling she's something about a US citizen, something about a US citizen child. And she turned around and say, and I quote, I love my Bayesian passport. And it reminded me of a story that I want to share with you guys. Now, I know that when people migrate, that is migrate for betterment, they migrate for better opportunities, you migrate to see how it is, you migrate to give yourself a different start, a new start, people that migrate for different reasons, right? But for some reason, even in Trinidad and Tobago, the citizens of that country always assume that you hate your country, or that you can't go back to your country, or you don't want to go back to your country. And I'm here to let you know that that is not the case for let me not say most migrants. That is not the case for a lot of migrants. Right? Some people just outgrow their countries, and they just want more, right? And the land of the free and the home of the brave has a lot of opportunities for folks, right? But do not assume that everyone can go back home or don't want to go back home. I give you the story in the story time. When I lived in the Bahamas, I lived with Jamaicans, Barbadians / Bajans, Guyanese, people from Dominica, St. Lucians, Bahamians, of course, Vincentians, Grenadians. Like I lived like it was a CARICOM family, right? So we would normally go to the grocery in groups, right? We all lived very close around. It was like 30 something of us. And we were a tight group. So people mainly moved in groups. Yeah. Though me the faggot that I is, always with a girl some way, always with women some way. And so we went in the grocery place. Well, let me contextualize this by saying this is not all Bahamians, but some Bahamians are very xenophobic and they have no qualms about being vocal about it, right? Shouts out to my Bahamian people. I love the Bahamas. That's my second home. I have a lot of Bahamian friends who are family to me, right? This is not all Bahamians, but it is something that you notice about their culture once you've lived around them long enough, right? We go in the grocery, and I walked in first, and the girls walking behind me, my Jamaican friends. Shouts out to my CHTM family. And there was this security guard. I honestly can't remember what he was telling the Jamaican girls, but the way in which he was saying it to them was rude, it was uncalled for, it was unprofessional, and I was not having it, so I stepped in. And I started. Well, I started. I said what I had else to say, and I just say things and move on. You could do whatever you want with it, but I said what I said, and I move on. And this woman goes jump up and do come in she country and give she country people Trouble. Well, who tells you to fucking say that? Here now. I sit up with that one. I do one fucking Wonder Woman spin. And I turn around for she, so I say, excuse? Because she say in it, don't come here and give she country people no trouble. Because I don't want to lie on the woman. But basically what she was saying is, you're not from here, you're an immigrant, you're probably here illegally, don't come and give my country people any trouble. Who tells she fucking say that? I say, woman, I say, you lucky I don't have my passport on me. But I will tell you, my passport reads the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. I said, do you know what that means? It means that at any point in time, I could hop on a plane and go and pick my fucking place. I could hop on a plane and go back in my fucking place. Right? Let me not do that. And I shot she down on the fucking spot one time. Because they have this angst against Haitians and Jamaicans. And I can understand that there are some bad elements in migration, right? But the majority of Haitians and Jamaicans are looking for betterment. They go to the Bahamas, they work very hard, they mind their business, they mind their family. And not because you hear a fucking accent. The next thing is, once your accent is not Bahamian, it's Jamaican, right? So once you hear accent is Jamaican, and I hear to thief, plunder, destroy, rape, and just do all the worst things to the Bahamas. I could not let that pass. She looked at it on my passport, you know. Because I would have taken that fucking passport and drop it on the ground. Plop! I love a good performance. I love a performance. I just wait for a start. And I literally with that. So don't feel no matter where it is, the US, Canada, no matter where you live, you don't know why people migrate. Do not assume. And even if somebody can go back home, that's not something to throw in someone's face. You know what I mean? Like that's so low. It's so pathetic. So yeah, I felt when she said like I love my Bajan. What the fuck? Rihanna's never lost a Bajan accent. Never. Rihanna in America since I went fucking training bra. Padded bra. And has never lost her accent. All it doesn't do them thing. So we're moving on. The next thing I've seen here on this list is to talk about my personal life. Child cheese. I don't even know if I feel like talking about my personal life again. But I'm sure I've mentioned a couple of stuff so far about my personal life. Let me just mention a little bit then, I guess, since I'll be again. I am in my 30s. I live and work in Tobago now. I was born in Trinidad. I've been here for a year. And I love the island. I love Tobago. It's so beautiful. It's surrounded by beautiful waters, white sands. The air is always crisp. The sky is always blue. Well, not always blue, but you know what I mean. But Tobagoans have a different culture. It's different. Also, I'm going to be interchanging English with dialect. So for my American listeners or people not from Trinidad and Tobago, hopefully during the course of this podcast series, you will learn a few terms. I plan to upload to YouTube as well, and so I'll try to do it with captions for when I use dialects and what they are in quote-unquote standard English. So yeah, I'll be using a lot of dialect, but you'll understand what I'm saying by the context of what I'm speaking in. Anyway, personal life, child. Listen, I'll leave the little personal thing for the last thing I want to talk about because it kind of ties in to why I feel the way about it. So my personal life, I say, isn't the best, um, and that has a lot to do with this island being very, very slow, very, very Christian, and weird. Like the people are weird, right? So it's weird, it's weird, and things aren't very convenient here, so that kind of frustrates me sometimes. But yeah, I don't really have friends here outside of my work friends, and the people that I studied with at CHTM, who I have not actually met since I've been here, and I've been here for a year. So that should tell you how my personal life is going. It is really suffering. I'm not sure if I could blame work on this one. It may be all me. But it's not all me, but a lot of it is me. And I'm recognizing that. But a lot of it is me in the sense of what I want in terms of friendship, connection, um, companionship, partnership, relationship is not what I'm getting here on the island. And adding that to the slowness, like it's too slow. It's well, I should say compared to Trinidad, it is too slow, and I have no choice but to compare it to Trinidad because that's where I live for the majority of my life. And in Trinidad at 3 a.m. you could get food. Like at 3 a.m. in Trinidad, there's a variety of food you can choose from. In Tobago, there's no variety. Like you may get gyros, you may, and 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That better be a Friday. You know what I mean? Like barbershops don't open. Listen, it's been trying, and I thought it would have been easy because I lived in the Bahamas for 2 years, and Nassau and Tobago are very similar in their makeup in terms of culture. So I thought I would have been fine, but Bahamian people are a bit more outgoing. Well, I don't know if outgoing is the word, but Bahamian people are a bit more extroverted, whereas Tobagonian people are not. They're really quiet people, you know. And I said a quiet people, not unacquired people. They're a quiet people. They're more family oriented. They're more household oriented. And so there's a lot of that, you know. There's a lot of that as well. But yeah, I would certainly move to Tobago if I had a house here and if I didn't have to fucking work or if I didn't have to work here. I think it would have been better as well. So I'm trying to make changes on that front in terms of creating a life that I want for myself. Not by just saying that I want it for myself, but actually putting in the work to get it. Not that I haven't been putting in the work because I've been working really hard and I've been trying to change my circumstances for a minute. So yeah, I'm just rolling with the punches as they are. And yeah, I don't have a love life at all. Like it's one of the things that is affecting me. Um, I'll give you a story. This is a story for the podcast, man. Last night on my walk, I met a socially displaced man. He's originally from Venezuela. He lived in Trinidad for 4 years, and he's been in Tobago for 2 months. And so I was walking alongside the beach, and he was on the beach roasting a chicken at night. Like this was after 11 at night. He was roasting a chicken. He made a fire and he was roasting a chicken on the beach. So I decided to engage him, and we spoke for quite a bit. We spoke for an hour or so. And he smiled the entire time. He was smiling the entire time. He was so pleasant. He offered me a piece of his chicken. He offered me bread. And we just spoke. And on the both fronts, on my front is like, this is how I'm finding company into people. Which is kind of sad, but it's kind of beautiful at the same time, because he didn't have to engage me. He didn't have to engage me. He was sleeping under a tree, or he is sleeping under a tree when it's not raining, and in an abandoned building when it is. You know, he could have pretended not to understand English. He could have shooed me off. But he entertained me. And I appreciated that. So, on my end, no, well, I spoke about my end being a tad bit sad, because that's how I'm finding companionship these days. But on his end, you know, for all intents and purposes, he was just very optimistic about. I don't know if he was optimistic. Let me not say that, and let me not. Let me just say something. Let me just not say something that I don't know to be true for a fact. But he was just very, 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 very kind. Very kind, and that stood out to me. And I hear people say things like, black people, poor people, so curvaceous, standard this, standard that. But the most kindness that I've ever received from a person is a person who was underprivileged. The most genuine kindness, right? From underprivileged people. The most giving people that I know are people who grew up in poverty and or are still in poverty. This narrative that black people don't support black people, I fucking hate it, because it's misinformed, it's ignorant, it flies in the face of everything that black people did before us. It flies, it dishonors the memory and the work that so many black people did for us. So many black people who lost their lives for us. For you to sit fucking there and talk about black people who support black people, then who the fuck supporting we? Who's supporting us? And while we there, let's get on the fucking US election one time. Right? Diaspora, we turning our attentions to African Americans now. Who's supporting African Americans? Who has been supporting African Americans? The Asians? The Latinos? The Caucasians? The whites? The Europeans? Who? Who made all the advancement for black people? Who? It's just so fucking ignorant. It's just so fucking ignorant. It's and I can tell it's something that you heard or you grew up hearing, and it's just something that you're regurgitating. You didn't put any kind of thought, any kind of critical thinking into a statement like that. Who raised you? Who's your community? It's just so fucking stupid. It's stupid. And it's exactly what the establishment wants. It's how they designed it. We are still seeing or still feeling and experiencing effects of how slavery was designed. That's crazy. You understand? Yeah? How many enslaved Africans laid their lives down for you to come here to fucking day to talk up in a cunt? It has got me mad, you know. So the US elections, I don't even really want to talk about the results so much. Fuck Donald Trump. From here to fucking Mount Hololo. I don't want to try and dissect why. I'm not a politician by any stretch of the imagination. But what happened in that election that happened last night is a complete travesty. And this is gonna sound like fear mongering, but it's not. Right? Shit is about to go down in the US of fucking A. African Americans are not going to be safe. African American LGBTQIA people are not going to be safe. African American women are not going to be safe. African American men are not going to be safe. Black immigrants are not going to be fucking safe. This shit has hit the fucking fan. It's serious now. You understand? It's serious. And to see the data and to see the analysis and to see where the vote, where who vote went where. Yeah? 2016, 2018, not 2018, 2008 when Obama was elected, I was 16, 17 years, right? And I understood the importance of a black man being elected, the first black president being elected. Like, I understood that. And I understood what that could have meant for America. But in 2016, I was older. I had a bit more life experience and a bit more knowledge about economics and social causes, social issues, and things like that. So I remember the 2016 election. I remember it. Trump was Trump, and they voted in fucking Trump. Right? The Latinos voted him in. The Asians voted him in. Same fucking thing come and happen again. Same thing. And I am led to believe that it happened again because it was a woman again. Because he didn't lose to Biden. Biden falling down all over the fucking place. You understand? You put Biden to sit down for 1 second, he dropping asleep. Drops his and he can't. And he was able to beat Trump. Not Hillary Clinton. Alright, Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton, right, whatever. But Kamala Harris, like seriously, like serious fuckingly, the most qualified candidate ever for a president's seat. You hoes hate women so fucking much. Women hate women so much. And I'm addressing white women. Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the breakdown in front of me right now, and I probably should if I want to speak on it. But if I'm not mistaken, majority Latino women voted for Harris. Majority black women, of course, voted for Harris. Right? I can't remember how the Asians went and the others. But white women, excuse fucking you? And when them tell you you had to put a fucking camera in your panty so they could monitor your cunt. And black women go out in the streets supported by black men and the community, the LGBTQI community, to march and fight for the rights that they so wish they didn't have to do if all they just fucking vote properly. When they're out there on the streets facing these wicked fucking police officers. Literally fighting for the right to live and for the right to govern your own body. You know who does be the right in the fucking coattails? White women. They love to hop on and make it look like there was the only fucking time. But if your cunt was the only time, it would not have voted him in the first place. He would have never get voted in. The old people used to say, prevention better than cure. Because in 2016 to 2020, like clockwork, it happened. Boom, right, start to go. Left, ooh. Them who started take all the rights. Abortion rights, rights to marry who and Black women took to the streets to protest something that they've been protesting for centuries. While you was living the life of luxury with a white husband and a white father and a white family. I tweeted earlier today that white people try to pretend that slavery didn't happen so much that white women seem to forget that even though black people are at the bottom, they weren't far behind. Right? They weren't far behind. Because they have a fucking man, and in them time them in bed and them in washing the crotch. So you can imagine, no good. I'm sorry for giving a little image. You had this man who fucking need to give you children, and he fucking enslaved raping enslaved African women. Let me not say fucking, because that implies that it's something that they wanted. You understand? You in a fucking house, cover from head to toe in doily. You can't with all them little mixture running around the place. You know he's the father. No right to vote. I didn't think women even had a right to work, had their own bank account. So what the fuck? What the fuck? What is going on with these white women? Once it goes back, you will not be at the top. The only equal white men acknowledge are other white men. White women and white men's equal. You ever hear they say white women are the semi-precious jewel of America? Does that sound like equal to the authority? Equal to the establishment? Equal to the power? They're not equal. They're not equal. Hear how those white conservative Christian men talk about their wives. Hear how they talk about them. They don't talk about them like persons. They're not persons in their homes. So what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Isn't it like if Trump was hiding? A convicted felon and known rapist? What do you mean? It's so fucking annoying. And it will see them. You will see them and it will hear them. And you will know the difference. You will know the difference from the white woman that voted for Kamala. For President Kamala, sorry. For fuck's sake, boy. These hoes will literally cut off their nose to spite their face. I don't know why again this is, but it's an American place, you know. But what I would say to my African American brothers and sisters, you all need, and I know people, amateurs out here doing fear-mongering and wherever. History repeats itself when we don't learn from it. January the 6th was just the other fucking day. This man is planning to give police immunity. He publicly spoke out against police being charged for extrajudicial killing of black men and women in America. He wants to give them immunity to just do whatever the fuck they want. Does that sound like a safe situation for a black person? For a black person of the community? For black men, for black women? Because they're not going to say, oh, well, you straight. And you help uphold the establishment. You help uphold the system. They don't give a fuck about that. Because they're going to uphold it anyway. You just being a part of it, it just, you know, it makes your work lighter. You all need to be careful. Black men, please stick around your communities. Guys, stay in groups. That video of that white man voting in that booth, and there were only black women. That white man felt comfortable behaving like that because there were no men present. Put away the fucking suits and bow ties. Put away the click-clock heels, the fucking trippy suits, and bow ties. It's not too fucking hot for that anyway. Mobilize, organize. You all need to protect each other. It's not a drill anymore. It's not a drill anymore. Stop going to these fucking base. Why two black men just go to a baseball? What is that? Baseball always the next one. I calling it rugby. I'm not calling that no fucking football because nobody does use the foot to do the ball, nothing, right? So I calling it rugby. Two black men in a stadium full. Why are they spoil themselves in these positions? Next minute, a whole crowd of Dwights descending on you. What you could do in that situation? It's very, very unsafe. It's very, very unsafe. And African Americans have to now, like, I know, and I'm not trying to lecture you guys because I know you guys live your lives daily having to make sure that you and your family are safe. I know that and I understand that. But now it just needs to be like times 10. Those who could migrate will migrate and whatsoever. I had somebody tell me it don't matter if Kamala or Trump wins because I'll be fine. A black person with money said that to me. Right? Just be careful, guys. Just be careful. That is a travesty. My heart goes out to every African American, who voted for Vice President Kamala Harris. I really thought America not tired. Ain't you tired, Miss Hilly? America, ain't you tired? Are you not tired? Are you not tired of being embarrassed? Are you not tired of being the laughing stock of the world? For standing for brazen inhumanity? You ain't tired, Miss Hilly? Kill. Anyway, let me move on from this fucking election thing, yeah? Guys, just be safe, please. Just be safe. Just be safe, just be safe, just be safe. Vice President Harris better than fucking me. Because I was putting on one prolonged panty scandal. Tell everybody go and suck the pooper and go straight Jamaica and retire. So she's a better woman than I will ever be. So moving on to the final story I have here on the list, and it promises to be a steamy fucking story, all of you. So if you know is a church boy, is a church girl, is a church they, them, and I do like to hear too much of rudeness, now is the time to clock off. Because I'm gonna be talking about cunt, vagina, punky, bamsy, ass, dick, tootie, prick, everything but cocks is going to be mentioned here, except for that time when I just mentioned it, right? So, so we move in. The story reads: hundreds of sex tapes involving a high-ranking Equatorial Guinea civil servant with other men's wife have done the wrongs on social media, prompting the authorities to attempt to curb their spread. In the videos, Mari, director of National Financial Investigation Agency, Baltasar Ibang Ngunga, is seen in flagrante. Apparently, it means caught in the act of committing a crime or a misdeed with various partners, including the wives of prominent officials at his office in the finance ministry. Oh, yeah, but something. Something. I read that, eh? I watch that picture with that fucking man. I watch the picture. The picture that poses he in one of them professional shots in his suit. You could mostly only see his face, bald, fucking goatee, my type. He's 54 years of age. This man has a wife and 6 children. I believe it's 5 boys and 1 girl, or 4 boys, 2 girls, right? And first of all, the story of how they acquired the videos is a bit shaky for me. But from what I saw, I think he was being investigated for fraud. Like he was being investigated for misappropriating funds. So they went to his home with a warrant to search, and they discovered, I believe, CDs or flash drives, whatever, that had the videos on them earlier. Now, there are conflicting articles that say he slept with 400 women, and some articles say he made over 400 videos. I am more inclined to believe that he made over 400 videos with multiple women, right? Because it's a lot of different women, right? And this scandal, it's scandalous because he's a government minister having sex at work and filming it. And filming it, right? So that I think, beyond the investigation for the fraud, is what he's being penalized for by the government, because you are behaving in an unprofessional manner. You're having sex at work, but you're not just having sex at work, eh? This man was sleeping with his colleagues' wives. He was sleeping with his little brother's wife. He was sleeping with top police officers' wives, lawyers' wives, the pastor wife he slept with. He slept with his uncle's pregnant wife earlier. Right? I just set it. I just set in the scene, right? For the scandal because it is very scandalous. See, between Monday and yesterday, a lot of homes were destroyed. Before I get into the raunchiness of it, I would like to say, let me say this as well, because all of the participants were consenting adults, they consented to having sex with him and they consented to being filmed, right? So he can't get into trouble for that. It's just for bullying on the people work, right? Before I get into the looseness of it all, he was married, right? Like I said, he had a wife and 6 children. All the other women were married. Me ain't feeling sorry for none of fucking them. All of them is big people. They know what they was getting themselves into. Because if you could agree, right? Because it's very clear that, and I want to say this. Now I'll say that in the next segment as well. It's very clear that he is into filming him, like that turns him on, like that gets him off, right? That's very, very, very clear. But if you could agree to have sex on tape, then you have to know or you have to be aware of what the consequences can be. So I'm not feeling sorry for any of fucking them, right? But I will say this: providing that that man is not jailed for fraud and misappropriating funds, he is going to be all right. He is going to be all right. I forget. I don't talk about the morals I it. I don't talk about the fucking values I it. I want to talk about the bullying. I want to talk about the bullying now. We talk about the bullying. Earlier, that man was born to fuck. You hear what I'm telling you? He wanted to be a porn star all the time. And because of values and because of morals, he said, you know what? I had to join the church. I had to get married. I had to have children. I had to get a good job and wherever it is. Because I telling fucking all you, that man could fuck. Now, disclaimer again. All you hear what I said earlier in the podcast, right? I am leading a very lonely life. I do not have sex. I haven't had sex in over a year, right? So I'm consistently horny and lonely all the time. So these things may be speaking to this man. 54 years old, 5'11", caramel man, bald head, goatee. That man's body is fucking toned. I think he plays football because his ass, oh my god, his thighs are so muscular. This man's body is on. And the next body on because they would fucking bake you. The man would, let me see, while looking around my room to see what I could compare to. The man would like a fucking tube. Oh god, I don't even know how to describe the girth of this man fucking would. Cut. Fat, long, maybe 8.5, 9 inches around there. Listen! And he was fucking them woman. When I tell you, this is the first time I'm complete disclosure. I indulge in porn. I like my porn. I watch porn. And I've watched so many porn over the years. I've seen so many actors over and over and over and over again, right? And to comment on the 400 videos, I haven't seen 400 videos. I saw about 34 videos or so, which is still a lot. Which is still a lot, and I'm guessing that a lot of the videos aren't going to be leaked or won't be leaked or whatever. It don't matter. Like, you could get the gist from 34 fucking videos, right? Um, in each video with each individual different woman, he fucks them differently, right? Like, he makes love to them different. Like, listen, I saw this man talk at least 4 women to and through an orgasm. Body shaking orgasms. Different women. The man could fuck. If he don't get charged and jail with this fraud thing, he will be fine. Because them leaked videos was only free advertisement. If his wife leave him, if she leave him or don't leave him, he not going and stop fucking outside the marriage. We don't even know if them have an arrangement. You understand the scene? All is in his office. You can see the fucking the TV with the security camera where he watching to see who come in so they could hide. It's in a hospital and somebody was coming. See, it's in a bathroom. It's in somebody's bed. It's in a hotel. It's in the beach. Listen, and he embodies a porn star. If you want the videos, if you want to see some of the videos that are on Twitter, just hit me up at Sharebliss, Sharebliss92, SHERBLIS 02, sorry, Sharebliss 02, and I'll send you the link. But child, I started to sweat here to talk about nah. That man, nah, he good, he have it. He was keeping them houses happy. He was keeping them households happy because when he done fuck them woman and send them home. That woman come in and cook for fucking you. She cook, she clean, no fuss, no argument, no nothing. Fuck the woman so good. One of them almost fall long from her orgasm. As he had she on the chair. Listen. All you have to. Let me stop being so nasty and graphic and thirsty about this thing. It is, to me, it's not sad. It's not like, it's just scandalous. It's a very, very scandalous story about consenting adults who happen to be married and had sex together on camera, and it leaked and now the whole world sees it. Right? If you want those videos, just hit me up and I'll send them your way. I will compare notes. You tell me. You tell me that Jamal, I keep using my real name, Amethyst, you need to go and play with your fucking self. As a matter of fact, don't go and play with yourself. You feeling so hot, you need to go and rest pimping a fucking ants nest. I will send the video for you and I'll go come back and tell me. Right? Now the podcast is long. It's gone over an hour. I will just wrap up with a segment that I would like to do called hey. So whenever I start off with hey, you see, or hey, you hear, or hey, you play, or hey, you ever do this, is me about to talk about something that I either watching, playing, listening to, or doing, right? So in the past few weeks, Agatha All Along went off. That was really, really, really good. I'm not going to go in depth about it here right now because this podcast is already very long. Agatha All Along, if you haven't seen it, please watch it if you're into comic books, if you're a lesbian, if you're into campy, if you're into amazing acting, good storyline, witchcraft is good to me, right? Rings of Power came off, not weeks, but maybe about a month now. Rings of Power season 2 came off. Really, really good if you're into Tolkien, Lord of the Rings, Hobbits, that kind of thing. Really good storytelling, great cinematography, great fighting scenes, war scenes, right? But what I really want to talk about, and I might take our next 10 minutes with this, right? What I really want to fucking talk about is this show called From. And if you follow me on social media, if you follow me on Twitter, you will see I always talk about From. From is this show that was created and is directed by the creators of Lost. And it's about this town that traps people in the town, and it not only traps them, but it forces them to live a literal nightmare every day, and well, sometimes during the day, but every single night. There's these monsters, these entities at work in the. Listen, if you're into horror, if you're into thriller, if you're into suspense, this is the show for fucking you. Could you imagine, right? You on a road trip, you and B, you and your parents, you and your best friends, just out to have a great weekend. Boom, all you encounter this fucking a tree in the road. And I'm not spoiling too much by this because this is not really, this is no spoiler, right? You encounter a tree in the road, and your friends say, the driver say, you know what, we'll just turn around. And you turn around, and you, after one time, after two times, you realize you looping this tongue. Every 5 minutes you're driving back, you're driving past this diner, you're driving past this thing. Every 5 minutes, it's just looping, it's just looping. The people can't escape the fucking tongue all year. Yeah, it's intense. The show intense. It is a well written show. It is a well directed show. It is a well filmed show. And most importantly, it's a well acted show. Like, the actors and actresses are so fucking amazing. You should know Harold from I believe he was in Lost, the black guy with the ras, but I know him mainly from Terrence Howard, Tay Diggs, a good girlfriend, Regina Hall. What was the name of the show? Best Man Holiday. The black man with the ras. He plays the titular character Boyd, and he is a phenomenal fucking actor. That man deserves a lot of Emmys. He deserves a lot of awards. This show deserves a lot of awards. It's that good. It really, really is. It's that good. If you don't have anything to watch and you don't scare easily, definitely check out From. It's called From. From. It's on MGM Lionsgate, I believe, but you like to pirate every fucking thing. So, well, however you find it, you find it. It's 3 seasons in. It's currently on the 3rd season, and the 7th or 8th episode is coming out on Sunday. So you have time to catch up, and by the time you catch up, this season will be done. Right? So From. All you hear, Elamai. No, I don't know if that's how to pronounce your name, eh? Elamai have an EP with 3 songs on it. Just 3 little songs. And they were cute. Elamai. There's this song by Usher that's currently my favorite Usher song. It's called Don't Waste My Time with Usher and Elamai. Listen. Oh, a lot of times I'm going to be talking about music on this because I love music, right? Usher fucking Raymond. I'll be doing a segment where I focus on one artist per podcast. So look out for that as well. And I'll discuss Usher Raymond, but that song is so great, it's so amazing. I love how she sang on it. I love how they harmonize together. So I checked out the album and it's pretty decent. I only listened to it once, and all I could tell you is it sounds good. Right? We good girlfriend Cleo Saul released a single, I believe, is what Cleo Soul released. Cleo Soul, if Cleo Soul don't make me cry, she don't feel fucking good. I tell her not like that. I don't even know if I pronounce it, she last name correct, but Cleo Soul is such a fantastic fucking artist. Her writing is amazing. Her vocals are amazing. The subject matter, the emotions she put into the songs, you can't help but fucking feel it. My favorite song by her is Build Me Up. And Lord knows how many times I've cried to that song. I've cried to Lift Me Up so many times, bitch. Bitch, what she said? When they say, build me up, you're so hard to love. And I was like, why is that me? But she released a single called Fear When You Fly. And it's such a nice song. It's such an encouraging song, and a lot of her songs tend to be. She has wholesome songs, like her tone and her tonality, the texture of her voice to me songs like what the texture and tone of her voice is what I would imagine the sun songs like. You know what I mean? Like her voice is amazing. Her voice is truly, truly, truly amazing. Clear Soul, everybody, go and check she out. Right? I think Tyler, because I'm coming up on the 50-minute mark here. Tyler, the creator, released an album called Chromatica, I think is what it was called. Let me see here in the recently played. Chromocopia. My apologies. Tyler, I listened to the album, right? And I was like, okay, little daddy issues, the little mommy issues, he vulnerable on the album, alright, I could fully. The music of the album has some slapping ass songs. I enjoyed, I can't even remember. Thought I Was Dead was good. Sticky with My Good Girlfriend. I like Glorilla part. Um, the first song was really good. Ratata was really, really, really good. Um, I think I enjoyed I Killed You as well. There was a song I have to listen to. No, I'm not gonna listen to the album again because what I remembered after was I was like, no, but not Kendrick Lamar. Sorry. Why haven't I listened to Tyler the Creator again? And then I remember that I never liked Tyler the Creator. I never understood his aesthetics. Um, I don't know. I just never understood his aura, his aesthetic. Like I never understood him as an artist. I remember he had this show on Adult Swim that I didn't understand. Like I didn't find it funny. I just wasn't into the guy. And I was like, but why wasn't I? And it was also because he is a kind of cunt. He is an edge lord, and um Tyler the Creator would get the hate that Lil Nas X gets if he wasn't talented. Like I think if he didn't make good music, like he would get the same level of hate Lil Nas X, because he's an edge lord. You know, he does things to, well, at least that's what he says. Because on I think his first project, he has some weird songs like with some weird subject matters that I'm not willing to repeat here. But I listened to the album and it was cute or whatever. So he got a stream for Chromocopia. I'm looking forward to Lady Gaga's album, Megan Thee Stallion's second half album. I enjoyed personally. I think she's doing very, very, very well. And I'm looking forward to Lady Gaga's new album. Well, that is the end until only 15 minutes, and it's 15 minutes. Please feel free to subscribe to my podcast. Sorry, please feel free to share my podcast. Please feel free to leave comments, leave a like, Leave suggestions. If you can find me on social media, on Twitter, I am at sharebliss02. That's at SHERBLIS02. And you can DM me on Instagram. I'm Emperor Gabriel. And yeah. We could talk, man. We could talk. Feedback is what will determine if I do another one. I know this was long. I don't intend to do our long podcast all the time, as this was my first one and I'm just getting my foot in. It's a bit long, and I did drag on some of the stories. So in the future, I'll tighten up on them. I'll rehearse them, and yeah. So thank you so much for spending an hour and 15 minutes with me. Have a wonderful day. Do have a wonderful weekend. And yeah, I had to come up with some catchphrase thing to say at the end. Bye, guys.